people. So today I'm in my garage, my dad's garage, working on a project. So, this is 40 grit sandpaper. So I'm just sanding it down. Got all that shit on my hands. Entire box of sandpaper. Great is this. 320. That's 1,000. I have this block of 60. It's very shit. So. Wiping off all that metal. One quick go over. Find one that's a little better. Alright, what others do we got? What size is this? Little disc things. Alright, so we got 150 grit. That's what we were using just a second ago. 1,000, 3.3 or 320, 3.3, 340. Ooh. 50 grit, but that's not what we want. What's this? No. Well, another block here of 80 grit. What block were we just using? 60. Alright, we can go with an 80 grit block. 80 grit. Real workout. So that 80 grit is falling apart. It's 220. Let's move this bucket. What's this? What kind of grit is this? This is 120. 120 grit. So we're slowly moving up to finer and finer sandpaper because we're trying to get a good polish on it. So I'm not really worrying about right here because that's on the blade itself, and I'll do that later. Alright, that should be about good. Oh, my hands. Just using a cloth to wipe off all this extra metal, just, yeah. This is very hot. So just toss all the shit I used into this bowl so that I don't use it again. Alright, let's see. Where is this? This is 220. I don't want to use that yet. Where are you? 80. I already used 80 grit, so I can go in there. This is more 50. This is a paintbrush. Scotch-Brite. Oh, that's this metal ball thing. Yeah. Not sure what this really would do. Other than make it very smoky in here. So we want to wait to use this 320. So that 320 will wait. What size is this? 340. We'll use a 340 net after a little while because this 320 is a little less fine than I want it to be. What size is this? 250. Alright, this isn't even sandpaper, is it? It is. It is a very coarse sandpaper. But we don't need that. What size is this? I'm not exactly sure, but I also think that's 240. I got little strips. 280. What size is this? Alright. So right here, this is 150. So we got 150 right here. This is for like a sand disc, but we don't have access to one, so. Oh. Because she didn't want to.
Jumping two places at once or what?
Yep.
Oh, you're recording?
Yeah. I'm recording a video of me just standing. What's funny is it only records from right about here. It doesn't show what you guys were doing, so. Plus I can...
hold on. Put that back. Maybe I have to use that metal one. On the second shelf. This is jerking off.
I hate you. I love you, but I hate you at the same time. Huh?
You're not lying or anything, are you?
Oh, no. And also, you didn't even... Whatever you guys did didn't show up on the video because it's, like, just barely out of view.
Let me show you something. Oh, well, it's working. And sometimes if you go
Yeah, true.
going like that, that works too. I'm not saying you're wrong. And then what you can do is...
These are a
Did
bunch
you
of...
grind this?
No, not yet. I'm gonna wait.
Because what you could do is...
I'm going through the grits right now just so I can get a better polish on it.
Sorry, I'm not trying to hijack your video.
Hey!
Jesus Christ.
I will punch one of you two.
We kill each other.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I'm just messing around. Look at my hands. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. starting to on this side.
Oh yeah.
This one's more of a fine file, so like a rougher one.
Yeah, there's
To profile.
yeah, I'm just trying to sand this down. Some of these little notches and
But,
stuff I can't get out, so.
So like this one, you could take off more metal. See how much that's taken off.
Yeah. Taking off a lot more.
And then you can get a good profile. It's good practice with a file anyway.
Yeah. See, right now, what I'm just trying to do is I'm just trying to sand the handle down so I can put the polish and stuff on it, do that.
Yeah.
And then I was going to move to the blade itself, try and get some of that paint off of there, probably, so that I can use the grinder and
Yeah, you can, I mean,
get all this rust off.
you can do it any way you want, you know.
Yeah.
Grinder's quick, but you can get a really refined edge with a file. So, this is great for a final finish.
What is that?
Just
For?
a Scotch-Brite.
So what does it really do?
Just polishes it more.
Do I use that before or after I put the polish on?
Well, I mean, do like your final pass or something.
Yeah, because I found like all these sandpapers in this little bowl right there are the ones I've used so far.
Oh, I got you.
So I'm trying to go up. The lowest grit I could find was 50. Then I went to 80. I think I went to, let's see. So here's 50, 60, 80, and then, what's this one? That one's also 80. Where is it? There was 150, so now I'm, can't find any really higher or lower than 150, so now I'm at the 240 or 250. Then there's a 280 that I found, so.
Cool, man.
Yep, this is what I'm doing. Yep. Yeah, there's numbers right here. There's 22 and 24, and then there's 26 up here. There's also 20 and 18. So that means this was the 26th little ring. This was 22, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, and then it went down, but I don't have all of it now, so I'll rotate this a little more just so you guys can see the entire thing. Yes, this is a custom-made axe, kind of. So there's a bunch of rust. There was a ton before I started working on this. First I just kind of cleaned up the blade here. Got it to look better. Took off a bunch of the welding droplets that happen. And sanded it some just to get a better looking finish when I polished it, just so it doesn't look all dull and shit, but you know what, that didn't really work. So take it to the grinder for the most part. Gonna grind off a little bit of the rust. I'm gonna use the hand grinder though, just so I can grind off the rust a little easier. Or I could use a file. That also works. Yeah, at the end of this handle, there's some notches and stuff that aren't going to get sanded out because they're just kind of in the handle now, so. Oh, it's hot. Where's that? Where's this little piece here? 340, 320. Alright. Let's check back up in here and see what we got. This is what, 220? Yeah. So this right here is 220. We're moving up, so just gonna wrap this as tight as we physically can. So, you have no idea why I'm sanding this. If you're trying to get a polish, you want to sand down the metal. So you want to start with your lowest grit of whatever you have. The lowest we had was 50. You want to continue moving up at grits. So the highest I think we have is 1,000. Then I'm going to go do the Scotch Brite, because that's a good tip from my dad. And really all I'm doing is just kind of cleaning the metal of everything, getting all these abrasions out, especially those 20 numbers. But right now, I've been sanding for about 20 minutes now. Actually 30, because I did some off camera. Because I originally sanded them, or this thing, because there was a bunch of black paint on it. I wanted it to look clean. And yes, this is mine, so. It is very hot metal right now. Let's take a second to kind of clean this off. While it cools down, I'm gonna get our next grits ready. So we got our 320 right here. So I'll wait for that. Here's the 150 I was using, so I'll throw that in the bucket. Here's some 120. I did not know we had this, but that's okay. Ow, my hand. So this is 340. This also kind of gives me a break from sanding. This is very rough sandpaper. It's very thin too. It's only one whole piece. This is 1,000. I kind of think after that, guys, I don't have very many other sandpapers here. This is 120. Side of this just feel a little fun. I have no idea what side this is. We have this, which is a size 280. What are we using now? Again, 220? As if this is 280. Yeah, alright. It's just a little strip, so. Ow. The metal's a lot cooler now. No, we do not need these big of scissors. Yeah, for some reason I have trouble cutting with these and I have no idea why. probably because they're not meant for cutting. Oh, come on. Things other than clothing. And this is also sandpaper, so it's a little harder to cut. Alright, so let's finish sanding. Let's give it a few more turns and then go to that 280. Now, if you're lazy, don't like to put in all this work and effort like I am, and you just kind of want to get it quick done and over with, you can by getting yourself like a little grinder, sand grinder, like one of the automatic ones. There's also these, which you just kind of put the metal or the paper on there and you do that. I might do that for the thinner one, but I don't know. Yeah, that's really all you do with that. Alright. Should be good. Get my piece here. Will it fit? I don't know. Like that. It sits there, and you just but yeah, no. So. It's easy to get the sandpaper in, but it's hard to get the sandpaper out. Yeah, so just to show you. Looks very shiny right now. Good. Another piece. Maybe 40. Reach. As you go along, making sure everything's tight. It starts to get quieter on the metal. Now, depending on what metal you're using, this should be mild steel, I think, here, and then this, I'm not really sure, might be aluminum. But depending on if it's hollow or not, so mine's hollow. So it will make a lot more noise, but as I go through the grits, it gets way quiet. Before you grit. Now this one is not a block, so it's not as quiet, but still. Just wrap around there. Made in Canada. Feels like metal. It's been out in the sun for a few hours. That's what happens when you sand though. It gets hot. Sometimes you gotta be careful, it gets hot. You see how hot it is now. See, okay, friction creates heat. We all know that. Like Newton's first law of some shit. No, that's motion. It's getting incredibly hot. Let's see. It's not hot enough to light this on fire. It's still fucking hot. Now already, when I started the video, I'm seeing way more colors now than I was when I started throughout this. Woo! Very hot. Alright, so I'm at 340. Let's see if we can find any more. Because I want to just go, I really don't want to go straight to 1,000. Okay. Like to slowly make my way there. But that's gonna happen. Oh. Well, this is the last sandpaper for 4,000 that we have, which is 400. Fuck. Alright, well, let's continue sanding this. It's getting to the point where I can barely see these numbers, so that's good. But I want to sand out as many abrasions as I can. Might spend like 5-10 minutes with the 400. So I can get it down as quick as I can. Well, not as quick, just as good as I can before I hit it with the 1,000. Because when you're sanding, you're trying to get a good polish, you don't want to just go straight to the highest, because that's not going to get all these abrasions out that you don't want. What that's going to do is that's just going to give it a unsanded look, because it doesn't even look like you sanded it. So, if I could do before and after images, that'd be nice, because I could show you what this looked like when I started the video versus what it looks like now. So, got this split in half. Got this piece. This is going to continuously get hot, so I'll stop the video several times just so I can, yeah. Alright, so I'm going to try a method of pulling this down. Got myself a cloth. Get myself nice cold water. Kind of damp the cloth with the cold water. And then there we go. Much better. Alright, that's a good technique for me. If it cools it down faster, that's good for me. Let's go a little more. So we didn't just make a mess. Just kind of get it all over the rag. You never want to really work with hotter metals or hot metals, because that can probably burn you if you don't want it to. So friction is one thing So, keeping that metal from getting hot is probably going to be a good option. I know this looks dumb, but it's pulling down my metal so I can work with it more. Back here that I need to dry with. Oh yeah. Took me like a minute or two just to cool it down. Might not be the best technique, but cooling down my metal, so. I will be back once this is mostly done. Alright, so it's been a while. 5-10 minutes maybe. What's up?
Damn. Not bad.
Stopped to clean it up. But... Huh? Buffer? Yeah.
When you do this, I'll even load it up for you really quick.
Alright. Just working on the 1,000 grit now. Yeah, I don't know, I kind of struggle with that.
Buffing compound. Just make sure when you first turn it on.
Yeah, I know.
Actually,
yeah.
Either way, whatever. That's why it's there, because of that.
Yeah.
Or it'll just leave a line.
Yep.
Face to your chest.
Yep. Alright. This is a very time-consuming thing, guys. You ever want to do one of these? Right ahead. But, takes a while. So. Up near the blade, I don't mind. And down near the bottom, I don't mind if there's not really a good polish there. I'm fine with that. I'm not trying to make this perfect. I'm just trying to see how shiny I can get it. So, I'll be back when I start with that thing. So, if you guys look at it, you can see how shiny that is. So, let's just clean this up a little bit. And I'll get all that shit off of there. Should have isopropyl alcohol somewhere as well to get that better finish. Now, it's right. Yeah, it's Scotch-Brite shit. Now, this stuff, beat it for a second because it's all dirty and shit. This shit helps you with your finish, so I'm just gonna go over this a few times so I can get that finish looking nice and clean. I don't need to be perfect right now. Alright, well, let's get you guys to a better angle.